Good morning and happy hump day. We're in the 525 and there's a new problem. Noticed it on the way home yesterday. I've got that set at 90. AC is off. Heater core is adjusted to hot. And we got no heat. No heat, Jerry. No heat. So thankfully it's 72 degrees outside, which seems a little optimistic. It's probably more like 65 or something, but I'm not freezing now. Last night was a little uncomfortable. Our temp here is not getting over 85 C, which sounds low to me. I think an M54 should run in the 90s, if not right around 100 degrees. But would that be enough to make no heat? I would think I would have less heat, but there would certainly be some. So we might have a bad water valve or secondary water pump. Could be a problem in the heater core, could be a sensor issue. After driving the car a little bit now, we'll need to get it back in the shop, do a scan, see what it's complaining about, and go from there. Talked to the previous owner. He was not aware of any heating issues, and I don't see how changing a transmission would, and some control arms and doing an alignment would have any effect on the heating. He's replaced this panel in the past. I don't see any issues with that. It seems to be working fine. And when you ask for full heat like that, put it up at 90, that's as high as it goes, you kind of get this like burnt smell in the cabin. A little bit. It's faint, but it's here. That seems a little bit alarming. Good morning. Look at that, a foggy night clip here at the end of Wednesday. It was not an Enfuego night for me. My dad and Mike went over there for a little bit, met Justin. I just wasn't feeling it. Came back. I got up early today and did a bunch of work from bed, so I wanted to come back and watch Anthony Davis return for the Lakers. Kind of a slow return as he only played 20-some minutes. He had 24 points. He looked good. He looked a little fragile, a little scared, but that's, you know, after you miss 20 games, that's how it goes. They got the win against San Antonio in those final minutes. Today at the shop was super productive, a whole lot of everything. Mike dug into the 525, which we had no heat in. It's not a one take. I filmed that this morning, So we did a thermostat, customer approved that, did a thermostat, a water pump. I cannot believe how cheap those M54 parts are. $40 for a thermostat, or $50 for a thermostat, $40 for a water pump, just like dirt cheap components. So those are new. He approved a fan shroud. It's coming apart. That's on its way. We did an oil change on that car today. I'm not going to go through everything. It was just a busy day, but I worked on the Ferrari in the afternoon. We got the new parking brake shoes on, the new spring, the clips, the cables installed. It is calibrated. The calipers are back on. At this point, we're ready to put the underbody trays and the fender liner pieces back in. We're just waiting on a few more of those little tooth, they look like teeth, little white plastic body nuts that snap in the various square holes throughout the car. So those will go in tomorrow if they show up. They're coming down from Sacramento, so it should be tomorrow or Friday. We'll get those in, get the trays back on, do some test driving, test that brake a little bit. We should be back in business, get that thing home. Tomorrow we're bringing in we're busy enough now, we're bringing in the employee we had kind of last summer, part-time. He's going to come back. We got a lot of projects going on. About to have the Max Exodus, as I call it. A whole bunch of projects are getting really near completion, so they should be going out soon. We'll be bringing in some cash and then starting a whole bunch of new stuff. So it's an exciting time. Anyways, I've been watching some videos about internal combustion engines and head gaskets and the difference between a seal and a gasket. Nate talked to me about that the other day, and then it showed up in my feed. Mike shared it with me. It was interesting stuff. So let me know if you know the difference between a seal and a gasket. What is the difference between those? I've used the terms nearly interchangeably over the past few years, but there is a difference there. So we'll talk tomorrow on Thursday.